Come on, everybody. You are on the channel for English for Biology majors, which is brought to you by Tzu University's Susan Ye. We hope after you learn this class, you will think biology is fun and to read biology book is piece of cake. Let's go, yay! Hello, everyone. In this part, we will start to learn prefixes and suffixes regarding to tissue and organs. But first, let's review what we've learned last time. When we want to describe things that are shaped like an almond, we use the prefix amygdalo. When we want to describe things that is star-shaped, we use the prefix astro. When we want to describe things that shape like a node, we use the prefix nodal, N-O-D-O. And for things that shape like a nucleus, we use three prefixes, karyo, C-A-R-Y-O, or K-A-R-Y-O, and the nucleo, N-U-C-L-E-O. For describing things that has a small hole, like a pore, we use the prefix poro, P-O-R-O. For describing things that is twisted, we use two prefixes, strap, S-T-R-E-P-H, or strop, S-T-R-O-P-H. For things that look like a hook, we use three prefixes, O-N-C, O-N-C-H, and the ancho, O-N-C-H-O. Now let's proceed to the first part of Lesson 9. We will start to learn things that are related to organs. We will start with what we can see from outside. For body, we use the prefix C-O-P-O-R and the S-O-M-A, soma, and the somato, S-O-M-A-T-O, and also the suffix som, S-O-M-E. Our example for corporal is corporectomy. Corporectomy. What is a corporectomy? It can also be called as corpectomy. It is a surgical procedure involving removing all of the parts of the vertebral body. This part. Because this part is called corpus vertebrae. So the procedure that removes the corpus vertebrae is called corporectomy. The suffix ectomy means cut away from it. Usually, it is as a way to decompress the spinal cord and the nerves. Corporectomy. That's our example for C-O-R-P-O-R, corporal. And the example for soma is somatic cell. Somatic cell is any biological cell forming the body of an organism. That is, in a multicellular organism, any cell other than a gamete, a germ cell, gametocyte, or undifferentiated stem cell are called somatic cells. For S-O-M-A-T-O, somato, our example is somatology. Somatology is the study of the body, including both anatomy and the physiology. And for the suffix S-O-M-E, our example is ribosome. Ribosome is a small organelle found in all cells, involved in the production of proteins by translating messenger RNA. In this picture, we show the side view and the front view of our ribosome. Let's review what we've just learned. When we are talking to the body, we can use the prefix corporal, C-O-R-P-O-R, or soma, S-O-M-A, or somato, S-O-M-A-T-O, and also the suffix S-O-M-E. When we talk about the things that are related to our mind or our soul, we use the prefix ment, M-E-N-T, or psych, P-S-Y-C-H, or psycho, P-S-Y-C-H-O. Our example for ment is mental image. Mental image is the representation in a person's mind of the physical world outside of that person. Our example for P-S-Y-C-H, psych, is psychiatrist. Psychiatrist is a medical doctor specializing in psychiatry. And what is psychiatry? Psychiatry is a branch of medicine that deals with the study, treatment, and prevention of mental disorders. Our example for psycho is psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis is a family of theories and methods within the field of psychotherapy that works to find connections among patients' unconscious mental processes. Let's review what we've just learned. When we want to describe things that are related to our mind or our soul, we use three prefixes: ment, M-E-N-T, psych, P-S-Y-C-H, and psycho, P-S-Y-C-H-O. When we want to talk about things that are related to our head, we use the prefix C-A-P-I-T, capit, or cephal, C-E-P-H-A-L. We can also use a suffix, cephalus, C-E-P-H-A-L-U-S. Let's see our example. For capit, C-A-P-I-T, our example is capital pedal. Capital pedal is things that are related to our head and the feet. Pedal, P-E-D-A-L, is relating to our feet. So capital pedal, meaning things that are related to our head and our feet. Our example for C-E-P-H-A-L is cephalopoda. Cephalopoda is a taxonomic class within the phylum of mollusca. The cephalopods. They are a class of large mollusks with elongated muscular arms. It includes the squid, the nautilus, and the cuttlefish, and also the octopus. Those are collectively called cephalopoda. Our example for cephalus, C-E-P-H-A-L-U-S, is this bird. This bird, its common name is blue-capped golden blue. The male of the blue-capped golden blue can do a dance, kind of like tap dancing when they try to impress the female. These birds are native to Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, South Sudan, and Tanzania in East Africa. They do fairly well in captivity. However, they are kind of difficult to breed. Their name cyanocephalus is referring to the color of its head. The male blue-capped golden blue, its head is blue. Cyano, C-Y-A-N-O. Remember what we learned before? For color, cyano is blue. So actually, the name cyanocephalus is referring to it has a blue head. Let's review what we've just learned. When we want to talk about things that are related to our head, we use the prefix capit, C-A-P-I-T, and the cephal, C-E-P-H-A-L. And we can also use the suffix cephalus, C-E-P-H-A-L-U-S. For hair, we use the prefix PIL or TRICH, and we can also use the suffix thrix, THRIX. Our example for PIL is pili. Like this bacteria has pili. Pili is the minute filamentous appendage of certain bacteria associated with antigenic properties and the 6 functions of the cell. This bacteria has pili, and it can conjugate with another bacteria and exchange DNA between them. Our example for TRICH is Trichobacteria. Trichobacteria meaning bacteria possessing flagella, or some of the bacteria has pili or cilia, thinner hair. They can also be called Trichobacteria. And we also have more example for tricho is the hypertrichosis. Hypertrichosis, the prefix hyper, which we learned before, means above, and tricho means hair, and SIS means condition. Above hair condition. What does that mean? Actually, hypertrichosis is a medical condition of excessive body hair, either affecting most of the torso and limbs, or localized to an area of skin. It may be mild or severe. This person, he is the first documented people with hypertrichosis. He has lots of hair on his face, and the circus was showing him around and tell everybody that he's the wolf man. His name is Petrus Gonsalves. And for the suffix strix, our example is moninostrix. Moninostrix is also referred to as beaded hair. It is a rare autosomal dominant hair disease that results in short, fragile, broken hair that appears like tiny beads. It comes from the Latin word for necklace. Monina is the necklace in Latin, and strix is come from Greek, means hair. Together with moninostrix, the presentation is alopecia, which means baldness, doesn't have hair. Individuals vary in severity and symptoms, and some of them has nail deformities, abnormal nail. Let's review what we learned for hair. We use PIL or TRICH, and also we can use the suffix strix, THRIX. When we talk about things that are related to our face, we use two prefixes, FACI and PROSOP. Our example for FACI is facial bones. Facial bones are the bones surrounding the mouth and the nose and contributing to the orbit. They are the paired. They have the maxilla, the mandible, and the nasal bone, temporal bone. All of these, they are called facial bones. And our example for PROSOP is prosopagnosia. What is a prosopagnosia? It is a form of visual agnosia characterized by difficulty to recognize familiar faces. Some of them cannot even recognize his own face in a mirror, which occurred as a result of bilateral damage to the occipital lobe along the medial ventral surfaces of the temporal lobes. The suffix agnosia, agnosia, means not knowing, and this part, gnosia, gnosia, is from Greek, meaning knowledge, and the a before it is a negative term, so agnosia is not knowing and not knowing face. Prosopagnosia, meaning facial blindness. The Dr. Oliver Sacks, he passed away at the beginning of 2016. He wrote a book about a man who mistook his wife for a hat. Actually, this man is a patient of prosopagnosia. Let's review what we've just learned. When we talk about things that are related to our face, we use two prefixes, FACI and PROSOP. For forehead, we can use one prefix, front, FRONT. Our example for front is frontal lobe. Frontal lobe is one of the four major divisions of the cerebrum of the brain, located behind the forehead, just behind our forehead, where it is called a frontal lobe. In Chinese, we also say 额叶. We have finished the first part of lesson 9. Now let's review what we have learned in this part. For body, we use three prefixes, corporal, C-O-R-P-O-R, soma, S-O-M-A-T-A, somato, S-O-M-A-T-O, and the suffix, S-O-M-E. To talk about soul or mind, we use three prefixes, ment, M-E-N-T, psych, P-S-Y-C-H, psycho, P-S-Y-C-H-O. For head, we use two prefixes, capit, C-A-P-I-T, cephal, C-E-P-H-A-L, and one suffix, cephalus, C-E-P-H-A-L-U-S. For hair, we use two prefixes, P-I-L and T-R-I-C-H, and one suffix, thrix, T-H-R-I-X. For face, we have two prefixes, F-A-C-I and P-R-O-S-O-P. And forehead, we have one prefix, front. Now we finish the first part of lesson 9. Next time when we come back, we'll learn more things about tissue and organs. See ya! English for Biology Major is brought to you by TCU's English for Biology Major course team. If you have any questions, don't forget to visit our FB fans page. The website is here, and you can also scan the QR code. to reach to our FB fans page. This course is sponsored by Centers for Faculty Development and Instructional Resources of TCU.